Hi guys, my name is John. I'm the director of product here at HelloSpoke. And today I'm going to give you guys a brief 2 or 3 minute overview of the Notify product and talk about how it can benefit your apartment community or management company as a whole. So, if you're watching this video, you're probably wondering, what is Notify and what can it do for me? Well, at a very foundational level, Notify is a service that takes your emergency maintenance calls and we get them to your on site staff. That's what we do, and that's sort of a pillar of our product. But if we zoom out from that a little bit, Notify actually takes all of your missed calls, including the maintenance emergencies, but we also take your leasing calls, your general calls that were missed, those emergency maintenance calls we mentioned, your courtesy officer calls if you have a courtesy officer. We take all your missed calls for your apartment communities. And what that actually allows you to do is get an idea or insight into how your properties are doing when it comes to responding to residents and picking up that phone. So if you look here, we have 3 properties in this portfolio: Baxter Crossings, Lakeside Estates, and Rolling Green Meadows. We give you a very brief overview here of how these properties are performing and how many calls they're missing. So, for example, Lakeside Estates missed 7 calls in the last 30 days. 5 of those were emergency, and 2 were people who called in and hung up. You can see on the right here, you have your average emergency maintenance response time. So you can imagine how this could help your communities, right? If you're getting a huge influx of leasing calls and you're missing those leasing calls, well, you might have a problem with staffing. If you have a ton of emergency calls, then you might have a problem with picking up the phone, during the day when people are calling in first thing in the morning about their maintenance issues, right? So you're able to get a lot of information just from this high level overview. But let's take one step further. So if I click into Lakeside Estates, you can see that there's some metrics at the bottom related to specific calls. You have some time-based overviews of when those calls are being missed on the left, and then you have your schedule there. So first, let's jump quickly into the actual calls themselves. So not only do we give you a high-level overview of what calls are being missed, but we actually break those down more specifically. We can tell you who called, when they called, and what they called about. On those emergency maintenance calls as well, we give you even more information. We tell you what happened, who called back the resident, what did they say, what did that maintenance person say when they called back the resident. And I clicked here and you can see an example of everything I just said, right? You have a transcription, you have categories about that call, you have all of the information regarding what occurred there. And these calls are actually emailed out to your on site staff as well, making it very easy to handle those missed calls, which is a major concern for a lot of apartment communities. Moving into a little bit more of the actual maintenance management, we have a very easy way of scheduling, which is a struggle for a lot of people who use services like this. Well, in our service, we offer 3 types of schedules, 2 of which are completely self managing. You don't have to touch them unless there's a change in your maintenance staff on a day to day basis. And if there is, well, you can just drag and drop that maintenance staff and move them on the list. We call when that resident calls in and that call escalates, we'll call that maintenance list for 24 hours, either until someone answers that call for that maintenance emergency or we hit that 24-hour maximum. But we do our best to ensure that those maintenance emergencies get to your maintenance staff in an easy to manage way. So our scheduling is very sort of like out of sight, out of mind, which is our goal, right? Unless something changes, we don't want you to deal with this. Our reporting, like I mentioned, we offer very specific insights into individual calls, and our service and platform as a whole. If we go back to this page, you could see focuses on how your properties are doing in terms of overall resident interaction. And are they answering the phone? How many calls are they missing? Notify is a standalone platform that provides all of this information to you in an easy to digest way. And that's our goal as a platform. So I'm sure sales would love to tell you more about this if you guys have more questions or are interested. But I think that's a pretty high level overview, and hopefully that helped you guys with your decision. Thanks.